And we're off! Welcome to the 23rd episode of the Brave News channel. I am your host, Shali, and we're here with Risky.
Hello.
Okay, and this is going to be the show that's going to bring you all of the hottest information for Brave Frontier Global, available to you guys on iPhone, Android, Amazon, and Windows Phone. And today we have a lot of exciting information for you guys regarding everything else that's going to come for the summertime, as well as other new functions that we have in store for you guys. So please stick around, and we hope that you enjoy them all with us. Are you ready, Risky?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get started. So we're going to get started with the Brave updates. We have a new map for the Summoner Avatar mode. It's called Valdroar. And you can see that Valdroar is kind of a very different place from the people that we have on the screenshot there. It's actually a world full of dragons that has ruins connected to Grand Gaian mythology. And apparently a very mystical power is hidden in this land. And is connected to the Seal God somehow, because I mean that's the main story of the Summoner Avatar mode. So, but you have to obviously play through the whole thing in order to figure out what the connection is and why, you know, it is that these are dragons. And it's, I think it's kind of hard to tell from the picture that they're like kind of dragon humanoid things. Like although they may not be the dragon humanoids of this world, they may be something else entirely. I'm not gonna spoil the story. I'm not gonna spoil the story for you guys, but just make sure to play it, because if you do, if you clear these stages, you'll get a victory sword, which is really cool. You also get a sacred lance, and then you can collect materials for an Elisphere called the Divine Adornment. You can also get a craftable Elisphere, which is called the Turiet Adornment. So you get the material first, and then you craft the sphere. And then this sphere is going to get you 60% boost to all parameters, which is amazing. Boost attack relative to remaining HP, and boost defense rec when HP is low. Also hugely boost all elemental damage. So this is quite a good sphere for the Summoner Avatar mode, especially that all parameters boost. Yeah, because my Summoner is really low level still, and my HP is really low, and I die really easily, so I could use a sphere like that for sure. Very exciting.
I think very exciting.
Yeah, and so speaking of more Summoner Avatar mode updates, we're going to have a new battle hall called round number 4. Battle details: you're going to be facing the Divine Machine, the Divine Phoenix, the Divine Wolf, and the Enchanted Armor Varvers, which are all very famous bosses from the Summoner Avatar modes, because they are the last bosses of each map. And then battle number 2 will have you battling the Divine Dragon, which you guys haven't seen yet, because the Divine Dragon is actually the boss of Valdroar. I hope I didn't spoil it for everyone. But
but at least I mean it's about the same timing, right? Like
right.
We have the
and I don't think it's that hard to guess, because I mean obviously all of the bosses for each map in the Summoner Avatar mode are divine something, right? Except for the Enchanted Armor Varvas, that's a little bit different, because you have to play the story. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But yeah, so you're gonna be facing quite a few powerful opponents here. If you beat it, you're going to get 1 gem for all of your effort. You'll also get 750,000 summoning XP, which is always welcome. And you'll get the Luminous Blade weapon, which you can see on the screen right now. The cool thing about this weapon is that it looks kind of like a lightsaber, to be quite honest, or like a plasma sword from Gundam or something like that. And it changes with the element.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is fire element, and therefore the blade looks red, but if it were to be water, then the blade would be looking blue, etc., which is really cool. The SBB for the Luminous Blades is something like a 36 combo powerful of whatever element you have chosen. Attack on all foes. Spark damage considerably restores HP. It boosts your BB gauge for 3 turns. It also gives you an enormous boost to spark damage for 3 turns, and it gives you a probable spark critical for 3 turns. So this is all about that spark, getting that spark. And it looks amazing. Right. It really looks cool. It has that mystical darkness to it. So I'm really looking forward to this. All right, moving on. Now we have our new Omni evolutions, and we have 2 units that are very well beloved in the world of Brave Frontier, because they have been with us since the very beginning of the game. It is Michele. Michele is finally getting her Omni evolution, and she looks amazing. She looks great. She's got a machine gun attached to her. I don't know. It's I don't know. I think she has a few friends that are kind of made of similar parts. Perhaps she got one from there. But this is the story of Michele. Had she been able to make it to the other world that she was traveling to, which actually happened to be Bektas, the first map for the Summoner Avatar mode, which is full of a lot of technology and robots and things like that. And she would have been able to use their knowledge for her own, upgrades in game, and perhaps even become their leader. Because Michele is very bossy. Everybody knows Michele is very bossy. She's quite demanding, so I wouldn't be very surprised if she ended up ruling the whole world. So what do you think of her design, Rizky?
Well, I think really the machine gun is the one that leave me.
Right. I mean, it definitely catches the eye.
Puzzled or
sure. Yep.
It's really awesome design though. But I have a preview of there is actually an alternate art for this. So there's another version of her without a machine gun.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
I don't think I've seen it.
We have to probably check how it was distributed earlier.
Oh, I see.
In the Japan version. But
okay, well, hopefully we can get it too, but no promises. Don't quote us on that. Of course, we'll try to get it for you guys, but we don't know at this point. But she does have the machine gun in one hand. She does have one of her axes on the other hand, if you can tell. So she hasn't lost herself completely. She's just bigger and better and badder and stronger, I guess you could say. Okay, so that's Michele, and then of course we have her best buddy in the whole world, Mr. Krabby, who is now Duel FGX-VM.
Oh, what a
it's kind of a long name. Yeah, it's a very long name, but I mean the upgrades are quite obvious. He's gilded out in gold. He's just accessorizing. I don't know, but he went shopping and he looks good.
Yeah, I mean. If you notice, the previous drawing style is way. It doesn't look like it's from BF world.
It doesn't.
Yeah, the previous one. I think this is one of the unit with with a very different drawing, but because he was like a robot, not a humanoid type.
Right.
Yeah. So now I think in the Omni version it looks much more like a BF style.
Yeah, it does. I think it's got a little bit rounder.
Shapes.
Definitely the color. What is interesting about this is that Duel GX. I'm just gonna go with GX for now. Don't judge me. But is a dark unit, and so from his previous evolutions, you could always tell that it was a dark unit. But here there is so much Michele influence on Duel GX that you can't really tell if he's a dark unit or a fire unit. It could be either or. And he even has one of Michele's axes on his tail. Axis what would you call that? Like the pincer? No, the pincers are these. What is that? The stinger.
Stinger. Yes,
that's what it's called. Yeah. So that's really cool. Love it. So this is also Duel GX had been able to make it to Bektas with Michele and also use that technology to advance to an even higher state of power, which is really, really cool. All right. Yeah, so it's all for the Brave updates. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please stick around for what's to come next.
Okay, so we are going to the Brave exclusive now, and we are going to discuss more about the Omni Plus. Yeah, so I think as you guys have seen in previous few weeks ago, our team has put more detail about the Omni Plus on the developer diary.
Yes.
But there are a lot of questions from the users.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Quite a lot.
There might be things that are still unclear. So we want to for this kind of for this time around, we are going to explain to you guys about more details on the Omni Plus. Some pointers might have been explained in the previous developer diary, but this is just more to reiterate.
Right.
Yeah, reiterate what we have been explaining.
Yes.
So I'm trying to address as well if there's any pointers that are unclear from the previous dev diary, and hopefully during this discussion, it will be clearer for you guys.
It always helps to talk it out, definitely.
All right, so let's start with the Omni Plus boost for now. So as you guys can see, we will have a 3 level of Omni Plus boost: Omni Plus 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
And for the Omni Plus 1, we will be having allotted skill points. It's basically the the SP that you can raise up to 100.
Right.
At the moment.
Yes. So the limit right now is 100, right? You can't get or store any more SP than 100.
Right. So in the Omni Plus One, you will get additional 5 on the upper limit, so you can go to 100,
And
105.
Nice.
But you still need to add up the SP by fusing like burst frog or the fodder units.
Right, so it's expanding the limit of how much XP you are allowed to have, the allotted SP, but it's not giving you actual SP. You still have to get SP by yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And the next will be the raisable stats. So this is what you guys usually call an imp.
Right.
Or like imp.
Right. I don't know that's a word.
Yeah, it's not a word, but
just think about the stats that you can raise by using imps.
By using imps.
These are what we call raisable stats.
So there will be like plus 60 for attack, defense, and recovery, and plus 150 for the HP.
Excellent.
That's for the Omni Plus One.
Cool.
For the Omni Plus Two, we have another 5 for the skill points, plus 120 and plus 300 for the HP.
Okay.
And for the Omni Plus 3, we will have like additional plus 10, plus 180 for the attack, defense, and recovery, and for the HP is plus 450.
Yeah, which is really cool.
If players wants to know like how they can get these shards and tomes, there are many kind of like events, in-game events and in-game feature where you can actually like exchange for this.
Right.
I think one of the concern in the previous developer diary was like, is duplicates only method to actually get it, and
it's not the only.
Yeah, it's not the only method. And if you are going to like gather those materials, will it take like so much time to gather? Like,
is it near to impossible to do this?
Because we do have a login campaign that gives this kind of like rewards, but the purpose of the login campaign is actually to give players a chance to at least try one Omni Plus. So we distribute the items such that you can at least experience one Omni Plus of any of unit that you like.
Right. So make sure you choose wisely.
But on top of that, you will be able to get by the normal in-game feature like a campaign or in-game event. You can get those shards and tomes as well.
Right.
So don't worry about that. Yeah, there are plenty of them. You should be having enough for evolving your Omni Plus.
Right. Well, I mean, this is obviously not something that we would put out if you guys weren't able to actually achieve it, because what would the point of that be? It might be a slow process until it's figured out where we can insert these items for you guys to get them. But obviously we're not going to leave you hanging, and like Rizky said, the login campaign is specifically structured so that you get at least to try it
once,
and then after that you're just going to have to go through the grind like everybody else and just kind of collect items doing specific events or quests or whatever it is that makes the items available to you, but they will be available.
Right. I mean, the key point of this feature will be like, we try to balance so that there won't be like too many Omni Plus as well, but you want to give players like, experience, give players like to try out like a new, a more powerful version of their unit. But of course, the number right now, I mean, like the balancing of how the items are distributed are still in like still in balancing
of course, good.
mode. So we will observe the situation, and we'll adjust if it's like if it's needed. So don't worry too much about not being able to evolve to Omni Plus. So we will be having like a little preview on the Omni Plus. Let's take a look at the Omni Plus Boost preview video.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
All right, so what do you think about the Omni Plus boost, Shari?
I'm really interested to see how it's going to affect my units because I don't think I have anybody who's like super like powerful right now,
Right.
but I feel like the Omni boost might help me to get there.
Right.
And yet other players are already like way beyond that level, so it's gonna make their units like go to like crazy heights while I'm just like still stuck behind them. But it's really interesting, and it's definitely something very exciting because it's just for global. So I'm really looking forward to it.
And yeah, I think there were a lot of discussions regarding the especially the SP increase, like what will happen with the additional 20 SP, because depending on the unit, it can be like really a game changer.
It could,
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't do the math right and you have like 10 SP left and none of the abilities that you have
can use it.
yet to unlock are
Right.
worth 10. It's like they're worth 20 or 25 or something, and so it's just SP wasted that you can't use. So that is going to help a lot.
Yeah, so exciting.
Yes, very, very.
All right, so moving on to the next feature that we are going to introduce, or reiterate, which is the elemental paradigm.
Yes.
Yeah, so well, we pretty much got the final value here, so just to go through on the detail again. So for the elemental paradigm, to activate the elemental paradigm, we will need to have at least 5 units of the Omni variety.
Okay.
So yeah, in your squad, and at least three of the Omni plus 1 rarity has to be inside the squad. And please note that there's only unit with the same element that will get powered up by the elemental paradigm.
That's why it's called the elemental paradigm.
That's why the one the one triggering it is actually the Omni plus 1 unit. So if you have like let's say 3 fire Omni plus 1 unit and 2 earth Omni units, you will only get the elemental paradigm boost for the fire. Yeah, even if you have like the Omni plus 2 or plus 3 of the other elements. But if the other 3 units are like a fire, and you'll still get the fire elemental paradigm boost.
Well, depending on what you're going for, you can't even really do the elemental paradigm unless you have the 5 Omni units in the first place. So the first 5 Omni units can really be anything you want them to, but in order for the paradigm itself to like go to the next level, you need to have Omni boost levels that are the same to activate.
The same level and the same element.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
So then there is one thing to take note to, which is the helper unit or your friend units are currently not included in the activation conditions.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are still working on it right now, and we will still try to see the balancing whether it's something that we are going to add in the future. But at the moment, upon release, we are not counting the friend unit element or the Omni Plus status.
Okay, well that could be something that you strategize. If you need to bring another element to battle and you don't want to waste one of your own Omni units on the field, you can use a friend of a different the element that you need while keeping your whole squad mono elemental and work around it. So.
Right, so there are a few notes that we want to add for this, which is upon the release, at the moment, there are two game modes that won't support this elemental paradigm. Which is first will be the strategy zone, and second will be summoner avatar mode.
I see.
Yeah. So for the strategy zone, the team is looking into it because currently there's the technical challenges between like swapping the leaders and what kind of Omni unit you can get, and whether to go to basically to work around on the problem of having like multiple elemental paradigms.
Right.
Yeah. So that is the thing that currently the team is working on. So hopefully we are going to be able to add this in the upcoming patch.
Right. So this will be. It's not available upon release, yes. In the future, we are striving to make it available. Okay. And
summoner avatar mode, at the moment, there's no plan on adding it to the game mechanic because it's not something that is relevant for the summoner avatar mode. Most of the unit you will be using at the very beginning are non-Omni unit anyway. So so that's for the in terms of activating elemental paradigm and where on which function the feature is available. And now let's go to the paradigm effects. So we will have like 3 paradigm effects upon release. So we will have like paradigm level 1, which have like a minimum 3 Omni plus 1 units required to activate it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a note. I mean, like as compared to our previous BNC, we did mention about the elemental reduction.
Yeah.
In the previous show, but the team has discussed and the team has discussed and find out that well, probably we want to add something else that is different because elemental reduction is available in the currently the spark the resonance effect for the Omni.
I see.
So the team decided to add the elemental damage instead.
Okay,
yeah,
so we switched it up. And again, guys, this is something that is still in development, so please don't like crucify us because we said one thing in the last episode and now are saying another. I mean, the disclaimers are there. We're always telling you guys that we have the latest information up till this very moment. So we're trying to give you what we have knowledge of to share with you. So hopefully nobody has, made plans according to this already, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work.
And I mean, as compared to the previous one, we are like exploring more and more options as well. So in the future, we might be adding the global, kind of like skill effects into the elemental paradigm. So yeah, do look forward for that. So let's go through the paradigm level 1 to level 3. So for the level 1, we will have like additional 5% parameters.
Okay.
10% spark damage, 20% critical damage, and additional 10% elemental damage.
Nice.
For the level 2, you will have like additional 10% to all parameters.
Oh, okay.
30% spark damage, 40% critical damage, and 20% additional elemental damage.
Nice.
And of course, the paradigm level 3 will be the plus 20% for all parameters.
Wow.
So 70% additional spark damage, 80% additional critical damage, and 50% additional elemental damage.
Impressive. That's gonna do a lot of damage.
So yeah, I mean, like, well, definitely, you do want to bring not just 3 of your mono. I mean, like the same
elements,
unit. It will be something that is like very very useful even if you have just a normal Omni unit as well, especially for the our upcoming game modes, which is the Vortex Arena, where you're basically facing the same element, and your power is what makes a difference in this. And so I think with this we will be like even more. The game mode will be like catering towards like, for example, we have the PvP, which is like currently the Vortex Arena versus the same element Vortex Arena, and the upcoming Frontier Gate that is targeted to the Omni Plus, which is probably very pretty similar to what Japan has did before. Like there's a Frontier Gate that is catered for only a certain element, and you will be facing the opposite element.
Yes, so it's very challenging. Very challenging. The same rarity or whatever, but that's Frontier Gate.
So these are the elemental paradigm updates. So yeah, do look forward for our dev diary as well for the additional informations in the future. Alright, so we will be having a preview for the elemental paradigm as well. Let's take a look.
Lots of previews today.
Well, so elemental paradigm, are you going to exploit it to like level 3?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually a very big fan of mono elemental squads when I first started on Brave Frontier, and I build all of my squads according to that, and I tried to get them, you know, I needed all 6 stars of all the same elements. So I feel like I'm halfway there. It's just that I think it's been a while in Brave Frontier since elemental squads were so important.
Even you know, Japan has to make a frontier guide for that.
Exactly.
To, like, encourage people
to make use of that, you know, particular setup, right? And so I feel like I'm kind of like halfway there, because I do still have squads that are still pretty powerful and like mono elemental, but half of them might still be like 6 stars, and so I might have to like go from 6 stars to 7 stars to Omni in order to go to like Omni Plus. So it's gonna be a process. I think it's not gonna be easy for any. Like I don't think anybody will just have all of those units like available right away. I think we're all gonna have to just like work together to get up to that level, and then once we get there, we're able to like do all those paradigms and like even get all the way to Omni Plus 3. It's going to be really exciting.
And I think unless you are like really active in the guild raid, at the moment, I think guild raid is the only content that force you to like so-called use the same element, because you'll be facing a guardian that is a single element, and it's really tanky. So you know you really have to like use the opposite element to fight it. So yeah, hopefully, I mean like. For me myself, I'm really excited to watch for the strategy zone, especially for, you know, to allow this kind of like elemental paradigm.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be like very fun to have like multiple paradigm. Hey, this sounds like some other game, huh? Multiple paradigm.
Multiple paradigm. Okay, I'm not gonna comment.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Very exciting.
So moving on to the next feature, we have the Vortex Arena 2.0. Yeah, so as for the rewards, we do promise you guys to like share the rewards, but yeah, unfortunately it's still in the balancing at this moment. Right. So perhaps by the time the video is out, we should have you know, some kind of like dev diary for that, or the updates. So look forward for the updates. And just to reiterate that we are going to have the Vortex Arena. It will be running from August 3rd to August 8th at the moment, so early of the month, and we will be having like 3 kind of rewards, very similar to the previous one: daily ranking rewards, title rewards, or the milestone rewards, and the overall ranking. Overall ranking reward will be available only when after you end the whole
after all the scores have been tallied or whatever.
The arena. And then just a few notes from the team on the design objectives, which is we really want to like differentiate Vortex Arena from the arena by, you know, having the different PvP experience with mono elemental squad. Right. And of course there will be like a tweak on the modifiers, such as like, you know, parameters and BB and SBB will be a little bit made to be lower, so that the battle can last longer, because the current problem with arena, I mean like our main arena, is that players have to you know, like usually you can wipe out your enemy in like second.
That's the idea. That's what I do.
The moment you have a BB, then it's done.
Yeah.
So in a way, Vortex Arena having unit that reduce elemental damage. You know, the same elemental damage, like if you have fire unit and you have a unit that can reduce the fire damage, that's going to be very helpful. Yes. Or the other way around, like you know, increase the damage against fire. Yeah. So, and of course, Omni Plus units are going to have like you know, increased effectiveness in the Vortex Arena based on like their Omni Plus boost level. So don't forget to, like, you know, choose for the best unit, especially your fire unit. Yes. For this Vortex Arena 2.0, and you can, you know, get a lot of like good rewards, especially we want to make, you know, whenever you join this kind of Vortex Arena or kind of event, you can get more and more Omni Plus materials. I would hope so, yeah. So that you can unlock more Omni Plus in the future. Yeah, I mean, you know, kind of connecting those new functions together so that people can get into both of them simultaneously. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Right, so the final preview that we are going to have today is the Vortex Arena. Let's take a look at it. All right. So, are you excited for the upcoming Vortex Arena?
Yes, because to be honest with you, the first time that I tried Vortex Arena, I didn't know what I was doing, and I got completely wiped out, and I didn't get anywhere. The second time around, I did try to get a little bit farther, and I don't think I took it seriously enough, so I didn't get anywhere there either. So now that it's coming back, and it's coming back, you know, with these like Omni Plus materials and stuff, I'm really gonna have to like get into it in order to get my materials, in order to get, you know, all these awesome rewards, so that way that I can advance in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's actually the best timing for you know for players to like experience the true power of the Omni Plus.
Yeah. Yes. Very.
So yeah.
All right, and continuing on with our Brave exclusives, we have a lot more information to share with you guys. However, this time around we don't really have any Q&A like session. We don't have our usual Brave answers. We don't have our usual Summoner's Corner because, well, first of all, you're getting all these awesome previews in this episode, a total of like 1, 2, or even maybe 3.
Yeah.
We don't know at this point in time, but hopefully you get all of them. And yeah, we didn't actually get many questions that we are able to answer. Again, we get a lot of the Omni Plus questions, but that's basically the meat of this video, and that's what we're making the video for you guys. And so there's also the producers' letters, everything, the developers' letters. I'm sorry, that will give you more information about the Omni Plus function itself. And so next time, hopefully, you guys send us more questions that are not just about Omni Plus. I mean, I know you guys are very excited about it. We are too. But try to, you know, if you have any other questions, send them in, leave them in the comments, leave them on Facebook or wherever it is that you can reach us, and hopefully we'll have a good bulk of them for next time.
I think story related questions will be fun as well. Like, you know, we can always go and ask Takahashi-san if you guys want to know. It's not a problem. So yeah,
like we did with you know Farzan
last week. It's really a fun question.
It's very interesting because, you know, he's the man that's behind creating these characters in these units, so he knows firsthand where it is that they came from and what is that lies behind their stories. So if you guys have any questions about that stuff, you know, I love lore, and Risky kind of sort of loves lore.
Kind of sort of.
So, you know, if you guys are interested about this stuff, please send in the questions. It doesn't have to be like serious stuff all the time, but any and all questions are welcome. Please send in more for next time, and hopefully we'll have, you know, that section for you guys ready to go.
All right.
Risky's gonna give us more information about what's to come this summer. So can you please?
All right. So continuing with the Brave Summer Festival that we are having. So as mentioned in the past, in the previous BNC, we do have like update for up to July, but I'm currently going to share with you guys on the August content.
Oh, okay. We're going all the way to August.
So a very first surprise for everyone is that we are going to have a summer summon ticket giveaway starting from the end of this video. Oh well, from the time the video is broadcast.
Right. From the time the video is broadcast. Not the end for us, but the end. Wait, now I'm just confusing everyone. From the time that this video is put on YouTube publicly for you guys to see.
Yeah. So we will have like 24. You guys will have like 24 hours. To redeem your summer summon ticket simply by just logging in.
By logging in, you have 24 hours.
So you have to log in within the 24 hours so that the summon ticket, the summer summon ticket, will be put into your present box, and it will stay in the present box for 30 days. Okay. So don't worry about that. But at least you have to log in within the 24 hours.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, don't forget to log in.
Don't forget to log in. Okay.
All right. And on top of that, we will have a special dungeon reruns. Well, everyone was asking about our previous collaboration with EU version, and we have the Legends of Neo Avalon coming up.
Yeah, Arthur and
Lancelot.
Lancelot, that's the one. I forgot his name for a second.
So you guys can get the ES spheres now.
Yes. Nice.
We have the old dungeon, which is Leaders of Elgaia, coming back as well.
Reed, Lucana. Yeah. Okay.
Of course, there will be like another super karma dungeon, sort of, which is the Soul's Trading Ground, with 2 times EXP, half energy coming. And last but not least, the Heavenly Paradise, our summer edition. So you know, Heavenly Paradise is usually the dungeon that you have like we call it a so-called one-time dungeon.
Like so imps and burst frogs.
You can get imps, burst frog, and in the summer. event, we might be throwing up more items. So
Okay,
look forward
hopefully
for
an
it,
Elgif or two, maybe. Who knows?
All right, so on top of that, we are going to have the in-game campaigns as well coming, and community events related to this summer festival and Omni Plus. So
Awesome.
From July 27, we will be having like Omni Plus unlock more Omni Plus to get more rewards kind of event.
Nice.
We'll be having like 3 milestones at the moment. Omni Plus boost. If we reach 20,000 times of Omni Plus boost for the whole server, you guys will get a 50 Ignis shard and Metal God set.
Nice. Very nice.
And we have milestone 2 and 3 at the moment kept in secret.
It's just a
But
secret.
we will update it once we reach the milestone 1.
Okay.
So we will have like 50 Algar shard for crystal set for the milestone 2, and for the milestone 3, well, the ultimate reward, this one summer summon ticket.
Summer summon ticket, another one.
So
That
as
is
you guys
very
can see, there is a slight difference between this summer gate and the spring gate that we have earlier.
Right, right.
So the previous spring gate lasted for the same gate lasted for like a few like 1.5 months.
Okay.
But for this time around, we will have like the summer gate that is updated every week. So do look forward every week or every special period.
Okay.
So do look forward for the schedule that will be updated probably really soon.
Okay, so can I ask you, is then the gate gonna have like different pools of like units
the
available?
gate is currently based on the top 80 choices.
Oh.
So we do have the same pool, but there will be a different additional unit added. Yeah, according to a special releases. So do look forward for the announcement. So and you guys can like plan which particular unit you want to get, or if you just want to get like simply just to get the top voted unit, you can do that as well.
Awesome.
And do keep do choose wisely, because the summer summon ticket even as a free player, you can have many different ways to get it.
Of course, yeah.
So do look for our announcement in the forum. Our developer will usually share on the hint on where you can get it.
Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of
very
exciting things.
Definitely.
This summer.
Definitely, it's gonna be a good summer.
Right, and the last but not least,
Save
and
the best for last. Yes.
awaited content
Oh
ever.
my goodness.
It has been 2 years.
Look who it is.
So we have Ezra.
Ezra is finally here.
Yay.
Oh my goodness. Round of applause for Ezra. He's here.
Right. So, what do you think
He's
of her?
speechless.
I'm speechless.
He's speechless.
I have been waiting for so long as well.
Well,
Yeah,
we all
finally,
have. We all
yeah.
have. Unfortunately, Brave Frontier is a very active game. There's a lot
a lot
of
of things.
events
happening.
that we hold and a lot of things that get prioritized over others, but Ezra is
Right.
finally here. She's finally getting her trial. I think she looks amazing. She looks very different from what I envisioned her to be, but just from what I can see, she's obviously a force to be reckoned with. Like, you do not want to mess with her.
Yeah, look at that 2 blades and
Yeah.
the overall
I mean,
aura.
those wings,
Yeah.
the different color eyes, everything about her tells me that I should not try
Mess
to
up.
pick a fight with her. Yeah. So
Yeah.
can you tell me why people perhaps should not pick a fight with her? What can she do?
Oh well, you guys can see like Ezra can actually change stance and her element. So
It's crazy.
it's the key point here. You have to bring your a multiple element in the squad.
Right.
And for strategy zone, currently you are able to bring like up to 15 units, your own units, plus the additional 3 friends.
Right.
Yeah. So do plan carefully. Which do find out. I'm not going to tell it here, but do find out what is. She's pretty strong in all elements, but there are a few elements that she's a little bit weaker.
A little weaker than the others.
So you can deal
Okay.
more damage. So
Alright.
do plan to bring a certain element.
Okay.
Yeah, do find out. And depending on the stance, so she can be immune to certain elements or attacks. For example, BB and SBB. So yeah, again,
Okay.
there is no way you can auto the strategy zone, and we don't want you to do that as well.
Right.
Please
Yes,
don't auto.
we've prepared
the strategy
against
zone.
it, so don't even try it.
Enjoy the content. Do the the Maxwell strategy.
Yeah. Work hard.
Right,
Like
turn
the
by
good old
turn.
days. Yep. That's what I do.
Yeah. And of course, yeah, I mean, like bring multiple elements unit, introduce the whole 18 units, and do like swap in the units so that you can counter her more effectively.
Of course.
And of course, the rewards will be awesome. The 1 gem,
yes.
Omni unit, which is the Ezra itself.
Ezra, yes.
And we do have an alternate art we are planning to give by putting it in the random achievement.
Okay.
So by for you guys to complete a special record in Randall, you will get the alternate art for Ezra.
So it's going to be made into one of those records in Randall, where it's like,
for example, clear in XX turns.
In 3 turns or something.
Of course, I think it won't be 3 turns to clear her.
I think Ezra's gonna get a little bit more than 3 turns, maybe like 30 turns. But yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like it's a good chance for you guys to like actually try on this, and at least we would want you guys to try at least twice.
Right.
The first is to find out the strategy to defeat her. The second is to get
go
an alternate
all
art.
out. Yeah. Definitely. Well, it's going to be challenging. I mean, a lot of Brave Frontier players that are very high level, always looking for a challenge, and Ezra is going to be one of those units that's going to give it to you. So be prepared. Be prepared, and excitement for Ezra.
Finally, as a unit.
Yes, definitely. So very, very excited.
All right.
Well, I guess that does it for the show this time around. Thank you so much for sticking around, you guys. We had a lot of exciting things to share with you, and we culminated with the Ezra reveal, so I'm sure that everybody's going to be very hyped for that. Please make sure to leave all your comments and your questions in the boxes below in the comments. Subscribe on your way out if you haven't already, and hopefully we'll catch you all next time. See you.
See you again.